All right, just kind of a little quick tip, a little head scratcher I had today and kind of figured out. um, so I found a CAD file, the AM14U4 chassis, and I brought in some of these corner brackets. These are brackets I think we picked up from Andy Mark, um, or maybe they came in Kit Parts last year. I can't remember. Anyways, you can kind of see I snapped them to the spot where I think maybe they could fit on the chassis, and then maybe we could, put a piece of macrolon bolted to this plane, heading off up in this direction, which would allow us to bolt the arm to, maybe even the gearbox for the chain. And yeah, normally I just like would move components to where they need to go, and then I'd come into assemble and go to as built joint, which should be between these two. I don't have it. Additionally, down here at the bottom, I don't have the normal timeline where I can you know extrude something. And I can see that I extruded it, and then I make a new sketch on a face, and I see the sketch and all that kind of stuff, so I can drag the timeline up and down. And I think we've ran into this before, and we're trying to figure out how we need to use this CAD model that we found, but we don't actually have it. So the difference is that this, I guess, is called a direct model. I don't know what that means, but we need to change it to parametric model. I also don't know what that means, but we need to change it. So the way to do it is come up here at the root folder, right click, and then we're going to go to capture design history. And then the computer thinks and thinks and thinks. And you can see we get the timeline back, and there's a bunch of stuff in there if we open that up. And now I have as built joint. So I can come in and select this one here to that one as rigid. That's good. Do the same for these other two here. All right, so that's good. But we have another problem in that while these components are rigidly locked to the other component that I selected, everything else in here is like individual pieces and parts. And in the past, I've gone through and like painstakingly tried to reassemble stuff, like take it all apart and reassemble, and that sucks. So what I figured out you can do is come in and click rigid group. Actually, I haven't figured it out. I just read it right now, so we'll see if it works. Click rigid group. Those components. Okay, so let's see if this works. All right. But we need to do the other side as well. So do this one. I'll create a rigid group over there. Group 1 constrains selected components. Rigid group 1 constrains. Is that the same thing? I don't know. Maybe I don't. Let's see if it's just like a copy of this one. Oh, okay. So this is literally just a copy of that one. So it looks like it's kind of locked them together. So now what I should be able to do is let's do another as-built joint. And we're going to do these two here and lock those together. So now theoretically I should be able to grab any spot, and yeah, the whole thing moves, rather than just just the chassis and it leaves all the bolts behind or something like that. Yeah, so that's good stuff. All right, yeah, that's all I got on this one.